Well, hey guys, we're in Neshoba County, Mississippi today at a little place called Phillips Bethany Cemetery. And we're here to introduce you to a guy named Bob Ferguson. Bob was a country music producer and songwriter and was incredibly influential in establishing Nashville, Tennessee as the epicenter of country music. While in high school, Ferguson spent some time as a typesetter at the local newspaper and as a lookout in the fire tower for the Forest Service. He was a member of the Missouri State Guard during World War II, and when he graduated from high school in 1945, he entered the U.S. Army. He served as a radio man in Alaska for 2 winters and achieved the rank of sergeant. After he left the Army, he went out west and worked for the Forest Service. He spent some time as a laborer in the wheat fields and also worked some with the Boy Scouts. He went to Washington State under the GI Bill and earned a bachelor's degree in speech. He specialized in radio and TV production. He joined the reserves and was called to duty during the Korean War and ultimately became the producer of Marine training motion pictures. From about 1955 to 61, he worked at the Tennessee Game and Fish Commission. He produced films for the commission. It was while he worked there that Bob started in the music business. In 1958, he wrote his first multi-million seller song, On the Wings of a Dove. A guy named Ferlin Husky first recorded the song, but it's since been recorded by many artists and in many different languages around the world. Ferguson moved to Nashville as a manager for Ferlin Husky. On the Wings of the Dove had enabled him to turn full-time to his music business. He became senior producer at RCA Victor, where he helped create what we learned to be the Nashville sound of the 50s and 60s. He served as executive assistant to Chet Atkins. He produced many records in RCA Studio A. He really seemed to enjoy working with Porter Wagoner and Dolly Parton. He produced most of their duet albums as well as all of their solos or singles during that time period. Bob worked with Connie Smith, Floyd Kramer, Danny Davis, Helen Cornelius, the Browns, Lester Flatt, Homer and Jethro, and my favorite, Charlie Pride. Bob played a major role in developing the Country Music Association. Ferguson also developed a comedy role, one entitled Grandpappy Eli Possum Trot. During this time frame, Ferguson wrote Porter Wagoner's million-seller Carroll County Accident. In 1969, it was the Country Music Song of the Year. Ferguson said he was driving from Nashville to Philadelphia, Mississippi, when he passed through Carroll County in Tennessee. That inspired the song's title, and then he saw a sign for Carroll County in Mississippi, but the song was a finished work. Wagner took the song to number 2 on the country singles charts and number 1 on the Cashbox country singles chart. The song was also recorded by Dolly Parton. Ferguson wrote a couple books, one about the music industry to help young professionals and one about his favorite topic, Native Americans of the Deep South. Somewhere in there, he earned a master's degree in anthropology, and he began to oversee the recovery, the survey, and, the preservation of remains and artifacts that they unearthed during the construction of what we now know as Nashville. He even took part of finding the remains of the first saber-toothed tiger found east of the Mississippi River. It was found during the construction of the Regions Center. After his retirement from RCA, he moved his family to Philadelphia, Mississippi, to be closer to the Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians. He held many roles working with the Choctaws until the time of his death. But the reason we're here is his music. He worked for nearly 30 years at RCA and produced tons of great music. For example, Just Between You and Me with Porter Wagoner and Dolly Parton, Connie Smith by Connie Smith, Jerry Reed explores guitar country, and my favorite, the album Jolene by Dolly Parton. Bob Ferguson died of cancer on July the 22nd, 2001. What an incredible life filled with all sorts of experiences, doing the things he loved and making the world a better place. Thank you.